Well, he was the only guy in the entire field of the Web.com Tour season opener, Bahamas Great Exuma Classic, to finish under par. Kyle Thompson at 2 under, your winner to kick things off. For a full recap of the final round, here's Craig Perks and Grant Boone.
Well, George, a final gust for the week here on the island of Great Exuma. Craig, you said on Sunday when we saw that third highest scoring round in the history of the Web.com Tour that it would be a test of patience and a test of attitude. No surprise, is it, that a grizzled veteran of this tour got it done on Wednesday?
Yeah, intestinal fortitude was certainly shown this week from Kyle Thompson. And what I liked what he said earlier in Golf Central was that it's all about the mental side of the game. These guys can all do this, all play at a high level physically, but mentally, that's the ones that separate themselves. And I think when you lose confidence and you lose that self-belief, and we all do, how do you get it back? And to make 7 double bogeys this week and then not have a 3-putt on these greens is quite remarkable. It's a true testament to Kyle Thompson.
Last year he finished second in the opening event of the year in Panama, and he was leaving Panama talking to Wesley Bryan, who was in contention, another South Carolina guy, telling Kyle how much he looked up to Kyle when he was growing up. Now you wonder, could this be a springboard for an Andrew Yoon or a guy who got himself into contention? Who knows what we'll see moving forward?
Well, there's no question about it. And you've just got to go out there and play up to your own expectations, get rid of all the noise, and play the best you can.
And now we take a week off, and then in about 10 days, we head to another island in the Bahamas, Abaco, for the Bahamas Great Abaco Classic. We'll see you there. George?
Nice little start to the season for the Web.com Tour. Here's that final leaderboard from Sandals, Emerald Bay. Kyle Thompson, 3 consecutive 70s to close things out at 2 under par. You see the guys in a tie for second. The rest of the field was over par. On the PGA Tour, Waialae Country Club once again serving as the host for this week's Sony Open. You see the fairways and rough and greens, all Bermuda grass, the Stimpmeter rolling around 12 this week. This Seth Rayner design celebrating its 90th birthday with Dave Nakama as the superintendent. With more from Oahu, here's Todd Lewis.
Well, George, the Sony Open site, Waialae Country Club, is far different than last week's tour stop, the Plantation Course at Kapalua. Waialae is considered one of the flattest golf courses on the PGA Tour, but the field list is far from flat. Plenty of star power, including last week's winner, Justin Thomas, the only 2-time winner on the PGA Tour this season. Gold medalist Justin Rose, who's making his first start here at the Sony since 2011. And Jordan Spieth, who missed the cut in his only other appearance here at the Sony Open. Still, though, he feels like this course, Waialae, plays to his strengths.
I think it's a bit of carving the ball both directions. I think the smaller, trickier greens are better for me. Requires a little bit more touch around the greens and certainly putting. I like the greens at Kapalua, the way that they roll, but the speed of these, I think they're faster, shorter strands of Bermuda, and a little trickier to read. And I think that, we like that. We tend to putt well on those types of greens like Colonial, Hilton Head. These are the same style of greens and same style of golf courses. And we feel comfortable on those types where it's not necessarily the longest. Some risk reward, figure out kind of how you're feeling, what kind of chances you want to take. But there's going to be a lot of times this week where a ball will release further than expected, and all of a sudden you've got to hit a cut around a tree, even though you're in the right side of the fairway, or the other way around, you may have to hit a draw around a tree. So being forced to play different trajectories and ball flights, I think, plays into our hands.
I had very high expectations going into this year, like I do every year, but I guess it's all kind of in scale. I always kind of set the sky as the limit for myself, but when each year just the sky is a different height, so because I feel like I would like to think and hope that I'd improve every year, which is something I've done so far, which is a trend I would love to have in my career, but yeah, you just kind of have to sit back after something like that happens and think about the things I did well and why I did them well, and then just try to build on the things I need to improve on.
I think we're doing some good stuff. I feel very optimistic. I feel motivated. I feel hungry. So those are all the all the sort of emotions that you want to have at the beginning part of the season. And you know, if you're coming into the year already sort of, you know, you want to be fully refreshed, refocused, and that's exactly how I feel.
After his performance in Rio, Justin Rose traveled basically everywhere with the gold medal. I asked him if he brought the gold medal to Hawaii. He said, nope, I didn't. I left it at home. I'm turning the page to 2017, looking ahead and not behind me. George?
Up next, they finished 1-2-3 last week at the SBS Tournament of Champions out of Justin Thomas, Hideki Matsuyama, and Jordan Spieth. Who has the edge at this week's Sony Open?